Okay, greetings. We got a black screen. Uh-oh. We got some original knowledge coming through today, this morning. Yeah, ever since, I don't know, I think it was last month, November or last part of October, I've been keeping later hours. Just my vibrations picked up, my energy level, because I was going to bed about 12 o'clock. Now, man, 3 o'clock and sleep in the morning till about 9, 8. And I feel rested the rest of the day. It's not like I feel like I'm losing rest. I think it's the energy, the recharge I get from the knowledge I'm getting that's keeping me going. Cause I'm not one of these lucky people. There's a song, I don't know if y'all remember, it goes like this. Let me think of it. Da, 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 da. Well, the words go like this. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Remember that song? People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. I think it might have been Barbara Streisand. That song been on my mind. Shit, there's a message in that song if you can get the message. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Okay, what we're gonna talk about? I want to talk about this movie. If you go to my last video, I was talking about Indiana Jones. Okay, I got some more information for you. Deep information. But let me properly introduce myself. This is Typha World, Ministry of Education. And we're on a series now. The series is entitled Staying in the Light. We have different series from time to time. We go back to April of 2023. This really is a university degree. If you want to be free, experience is the best teacher. So I'm bringing it for free. Now, Indiana Jones, you got to research that name. You got to state Indiana. That's where the ancient empire, it was called Morocco, the Moorish Empire, right there in Indiana. And that could be why they call them Indians now, because they've been changing our identity ever since we've been here. And the good news always come out early in the morning, 2:22, I think I got on. So those who awake gonna get it first. Those who come on later, you'll get it, but you won't get the energy that's live. The live gives you a lot of energy. So I'm only want those who are awake to get this live energy. That's why the spirit brings it late. You remember this movie, uh, what's his name? He said, I haven't planned nothing a day in my life. I don't know why his name eludes me. So he has a whip. Who else in history did we know the whip relates to? Didn't they whip us with the whip in slavery? so-called slavery. I don't know how much of that is true because my ancestors have been here since the beginning. We didn't come from nowhere. And Africans tell me we're not Africans. Yeah, I've been there. They look in your face and say, no, y'all different people than us. And if you look at their history of their independence, where did it come from? It comes from us. Our independence drives in the 50s and the 60s. Some of their people was here and they got the independence fever from us. Jomo Kenyatta was going to Lincoln University. Do your research. Don't believe me. So we are the leaders. We are the champions of the world. If you're here, if you're here, if you're listening, and you haven't give a like, a thumbs up, shame on you. That's your entrance right there. The entrance fee is a thumbs up when you come in. You're not paying money. It's something good for you, no matter who you are, because we're teaching truth here, and you're going to benefit from the truth. You don't have to be a tribal member to enjoy truth. You don't. So if you can't give a fair exchange for truth, all I got to do is say, shame on you. The universe is going to get you. The universe is going to pay you back because you're trying to steal something. You're not paying the fare. You're not paying the entrance fee. And I don't talk about this much, but I think I'll address it now. Because that mindset is what I'm addressing. People who want to steal continue to take and think there'll be no repercussions. You think you're going to get away with it. Nothing is free, people. I think indigenous people like the word free because it's part of the word freedom. So in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to be free. See how they made these words? And then when someone say free, they're lying to you because nobody can give you anything free but the Creator. A person cannot give you anything free. Where did he get it from? Where did he, just think about it. How can someone give you something free unless they own it? How can somebody give you something free unless they're the owner? That's the disrespect to your Creator. The Creator is the only one who can give you something free because he's the only one who can free you. I'm not talking about no grandpa in the sky. I'm talking about the God in you. He lives. He lives. Okay. Somebody is honest. What's going on, Chris? Joe White. So he had this whip. I can go on now. Somebody's paid their fare to come in. He had this whip. And you know the whip was used for, right? It was used to beat his slaves with. So he's over in, they say in the movie, he's in Egypt. And he's beating these people, these Egyptians with the whip. Now, look at this now. He's in their country. A raider is just another word for thief. He's in the world stealing their artifacts and whipping them for resisting. Hey, I'm just getting started with this because the Spirit just laid this on me just a few minutes ago. Said you got to tell them this. Now, do you know the fedora hat? The fedora hat was started by women. It was a woman's wear, and it's part of this feminist thing when they was stopped wearing the little bonnets back in the early 1900s. They stopped. No, was it 1900 or 1800s? Early 1900s. They stopped wearing the little bonnets and all these feminine things, and they tried to get a little macho. The females, so they had a hat. It's like a man wear a hat, and so the men took it up and said, we gonna have a man fedora hat, and that became a style symbol. It has been for a while, especially among the tribal members, the melanated people. That's how all the greats wore that, and even in the 20s and 30s, all the great musicians and artists they wore that fedora hat. I had one back in the day. I had a fedora, and guess who wears them also right now? The people who live in Jacob. The people who live in Jacob land, they wear fedora. Jacob's name was changed, so you follow my thinking? The name was changed from Jacob. Well, they wear the fedora. Guess, ain't that something? So everybody want our identity. They want that energy. They want that energy to come from following us. We are the champions of the world. So yeah, they have that fedora hat in in Joshua Joshua land. He had his name changed. No, Jacob. Jacob. Jacob wearing the fedora. So what is he saying with this fedora hat and a whip? It's saying that he is you. He don't have any. He's in other words, he's trying to hide his identity, just like we have done this for centuries. Because there's people who are ruling who uh, who look like us, and they use white face to control us. So back in the '60s, they were saying the white man, this, the white man is not your enemy. He's just a puppet of the real enemy, and it's the people who in uh, these bloodlines who sold out their fathers and made it with their women and gave them the right to rule us. But they're still calling the shots in the background. Those who have, even some of them have even grafted their color out because they hated themselves so much. But some of them have not grafted themselves out the color. They still keep their color because they're hiding. They want you to think white people are your enemy. How can he be your enemy? He just got here. Come on, people, you got to think. You've been here for hundreds and thousands of years. How can he be your enemy? Everything he does, he imitates from you. The move is a prime example. He got a fedora, he's got a whip. You don't have anything showing him having an identity but yours. We was the first to use the whip, but we didn't use it on people. See, that's the first that he got using on people. We use it on animals to keep them in line. whoever think you be using a whip on a person, whoever had that idea, whew, wow, that's a very painful thing to hit someone with that thing, as if you're an animal. So he got a fedora on, and this woman that he gives is an original woman. You know that, right? Yeah, she's from what's this place north of India? What's this place? Start with an N. Oh, place north of India. Naples? No, that's not it. Naples. Nah. Anyway, you look on the map, you'll see it. So those original people. So what he's saying is that I got your woman, and he has. I'm using your instrument. I'm using your head because when you put the Victoria on your head, you're saying I'm using your knowledge to rule you. It's a scary thing once the spirit shows you everything that's being shown. It's really kind of scary. But anyway, we don't have an audience, so those who are on the playback is going to get it. You're not gonna get the energy because nobody's really here. But you get the energy from me, but it won't be live. See, if people was here supporting this, giving thumbs up, you draw things out the spirit and give more and more. But since that's not the case, then everything is showing me this is not the time and not the place.